Good morning, friends. We are going to read the story Chicken Story Time. I hope you like it. Oh, look at this. What do you see? I see some chickens on some bookshelves, and I see some baby chicks. Do you see the baby chicks? Who likes chickens? Have you ever seen them in real life at the farm or in your neighborhood? This is our title page. And look at that. There's a little boy reading a book with a chicken. They're looking at each other. How do you think the boy feels? Oh, here we go. Now this says public library. The chicken is looking at the sign, story time at the library. Tales to tales. Don't forget to read to your dog, it says. And the chicken, it looks like, is reading the sign. I wonder what he's going to do with that information. Do you have a guess? Let's find out. Here we go. Let's look at this page first. What do you see? I see families, and they're all heading in the same direction. Do you see anything else? Good noticing. Oh, look, you're right. That's the same sign that the chicken saw. Public library, story time at the library, tales to tales. And then there are people going into the library. Oh, no, who's at the corner? Yep, that's our chicken. Story time at the library. What do you think the chicken's going to do? What's your opinion? Do you think chickens should be in the library? Yes or no? Well, let's see what the librarian thinks. I love these illustrations. This is inside the library. Oh, look, and there are some plants on top. And it says, one librarian, one story, and children. And what's over there? A chicken. So let's look at the picture. We have one librarian. She's the one holding the book. And then we've got one. I'm going to count with my counting finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children and one chicken. If you look at their faces, they all are telling us different things. What do you think the chicken is telling us with his face? And how about that librarian's face? Did you say she looks surprised? I might agree with you, and I think the children have all different ideas and feelings about the chicken coming in. What does this child's face look like? She looks happy. See her smile? How about her? Is that surprised or is that scared? I'm not sure. He looks like he's excited about it. So we have a library and we have a chicken sneaking in the window. Oh, sorry about the glare, friends. The chicken likes the children. Everyone seems okay with this right now. Let's begin, says the librarian. Everyone story time. Look at their faces. And the librarian's sharing the book on their big green chair. Do you notice anything else? I'm going to turn the page. Oh, and then we're back outside. Oh, but do we have one chicken? No, how many chickens are outside the library now? Well, on this page we have 1, 2, nice counting, 3, and they're all heading in that same direction toward the, doors for story time. And if we add 1 more to 4, we get 5. Let me count those chickens again, though. 1, 2, 3. That's a potted plant. 4. So we have 4 chickens. Oh, you are right. Good noticing. And 5. There's one on top of that tree. Well, now it appears we have 1 librarian who's choosing the book she's going to read, 1 story, and more children. How many children do you see? Did you say 6? If you said 6 children with the librarian, you'd be correct. And then if we count the shadows, that's 7, 8, 9 children. And what are these shadows? They do look like chickens, don't they? How many chickens? 2. Good counting. Do you remember what a shadow is? You are right. Good remembering. The shadow is when the rays from the sun get blocked and it casts this space with no light called a shadow. I'm glad you remember some of our lessons. All right, let's look at this page. Well, it looks like who got inside? Brock, brock, brock. It says more chickens. Oh my goodness, look at that crowd of chickens and children. What do you think is going to happen at story time with so many children and so many chickens? Do you have a prediction? Look at them all. It says the children like the chickens like the children, and the librarian says, please sit down. Everyone loves story time. Oh my gosh, I'm so impressed. Look at all those chickens running to sit down. Wonderful. Oh, now let's see what the librarian's face looks like. I wonder what she's looking at. It says 1 librarian, 1 story, many children, and many chickens. Oh no. I see chickens flying in the air and sitting on the bookshelves and standing on the book return. Oh gosh, and I see children on the bookshelves and children climbing under tables. I see now why the librarian's face looks like this. Oh dear. The children laugh. The chickens cluck. Settle down now, says the librarian. No one can hear her. Look at that chaos. Oh, and then she tries to get everyone's attention by sitting on the big green chair. Let's begin, she says. And all she hears is cluck, 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 cluck. Nobody's listening to her. They're too busy playing with the children and the books. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Let me fix this a little. Oh dear, please be seated, she says. Does it look like anyone's listening? No. Oh, look at the chickens are here. Books are flying. The little boy's running with the cart. Oh dear, this does not look safe at all. Oh, that smart librarian. She gets her megaphone out and in her very big voice, she says, "Settle down now." Well, it looks like some of them heard her. Let's see what happens next. Do you have any guesses about what's going to happen next? Let's find out. Well, children and chickens everywhere, but only one librarian. What are we to do, she says. And then she gets an idea. Do you remember we've talked about this thought bubble? And the light bulb is a symbol that indicates a really good idea. What do you think her idea is going to be? Let's think of a couple. Well, she could send all the children home. She could send all the chickens home and tell them they can't come to library time anymore. What are some other things she might have thought of that would include everyone? I like to feel included, don't you? All right, let's turn the page and find out. Oh my gosh. Look at him. That is so dangerous. Well, look at that smart librarian. Let's see if we can figure out what she's going to do. At least she's got everyone listening and looking and lined up. What's she going to do? I think I'll read the words and find out. Story time at the library. Lots of children. Flocks of chickens. Chickens go around in a giant flock. That's a really good word, a flock of chickens. What's her solution to this problem for story time? Shelves and shelves of stories. The children like the chickens like the children. Everyone loves story time. Let's look at the picture and figure out what the librarian did. Let's see. And there's the librarian with her hands on her hips, feeling really proud of herself. She should. She has a really good solution. Did you figure out what it is yet? The librarian gave the children the books, and the children are reading them to the chickens. And the words say, especially the librarian. She looks much more relaxed right now. She's got her feet up on some library books. She's sipping her tea. She has one chicken looking at the book over her shoulder. Let's look at all their faces. Does everyone seem like they're having a good time or a bad time? This reminds me of when you sit on the rug with a stuffed animal and look at the books with them. Do you do that at home ever? The end. Do you ever sit down with your stuffed animals and read a book to them? I think especially right now, it's important to pretend and to have fun with our toys. Look at that. There's a duck. That's a duck with the green head. I'm going to close this now. The end. That was a good story. Thanks for sharing it with me, friends. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Chicken Story Time by Sandy Asher, illustrated by Mark Fearing. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.